time I do that, my mind says, if a person turns this on for the first time, they're gonna, well, that's some New Age bullshit. Especially people that know me, because they know I'm not a, you know, and if people could do that and it helps them, they should do that. I just didn't grow up around it, and I know it's a good thing. It's just nothing I'm used to. And now I do it to really just let what is authentic to come through versus my mind just getting on here and yapping. And if I stop in the middle of something I'm saying and I actually say I'm not going to finish that, it's not because it's top secret. It's not because I'm saving it for the book. It's because I feel my mind is starting to want to run with something, and my gut is like, no, we got this. Not that we don't need your help, but that's not what we're here for. It's not about a cool story or looking smart or being funny. It's about whatever comes out. I would rather throw up on this screen than have this start telling you stuff. Because, once I turn it off, I just know there was something slimy there. I wanted you to like me. But here's the punchline of it all. I've actually started to watch these when I'm done, partially because I'm trying to learn how to upload these in different systems, and we know the whole computer deal. We've covered that. But I've watched probably 4 of them now. And what I notice is when I'm watching them, whether I'm crying, whether I'm making a face, I'm just like mortified. I tear up. And yesterday I was watching and I went, I like her. Whoever she is, I like her. I just do. I can't help myself. I like her. And man, what she's telling is so true for me. Works out that way. And it really is helping me, because what I say to you kind of goes in and out, and then it also gets distorted afterwards because I don't remember exactly how I said it or the context, but my mind tries to remind me in a not so nice way. So it's cementing what I said, like the advice, I'm getting it directly from me, which is what I need. And it's also, I was thinking about it too, after people in sports play, they watch the films afterwards to learn to where to improve. And this isn't about, I don't know, I guess it's maybe not in the same way, but like I said before, like I saw that I mumbled, or I don't know, maybe I could be more clear here or there, that kind of thing. And so it's not even my ego or something, like trying to make it, I don't know. I know I'm not saying this clear, which is exactly right. So it's just that when I add in things that I notice that could make a difference for myself when I rewatch it, or for someone else that's watching it and really could use the information that's coming through me, it would benefit us if I'm clear or I'm speaking clear, things like that. So you'd think, well, if you start thinking about that, you won't be present or you won't be authentic. Well, it might feel uncomfortable at first. But when you first start texting and driving, it's uncomfortable, and then it gets normal. I know that is a horrible example, but it's like I was thinking of driving and holding coffee, but I don't drink coffee, so. But my point is, if you're driving, you're not even thinking about it, and as soon as you have added things in, suddenly you can drive with your knees and this and that. And I'm not saying we should do any of that, but in fact, we can do all those things. So if I watch the tapes and I implement maybe little things that would make a difference, then I know that they'll just become part of the operating system. It won't have to be something I think about. So I think that's a good thing. And most of all, to watch yourself and go, I like her. And a lot of you have told me that you've thought about doing this. And so what I would say is, do it. Because you're going to hear what you need to hear. And if no one, it took me 10 days in, but I got to where this wasn't about anyone else. It wasn't about if anyone liked me. No one had to view it. I had it recorded. I could look back through it. I could sit present in front of something that I've hidden from my whole life. And people say, hey, send me a selfie. I'm like, dude, I got no selfies. Whatever's on Facebook is what I have. And a lot of those someone else took. I'm uncomfortable with it. My mind is uncomfortable with it. So it's pretty fun to get still pictures through this. And I mean, the faces are just unreal because I know I have a very expressive face. And to be able to laugh and just see the humanness in me and having to be this robot that's getting it right all the time, because that's how I've killed everything off in myself, is just trying to get it all right. Be perfect before I start. What could go wrong? The house full of stuff that I bought, equipment. I've taken classes. I've gone to different schools. I've been certified. I've been everythingified. And I don't do any of it because if I can't be perfect the first time, my mind's not interested. With a side of, and you really know that's not what you're here for. But it's cute that you tried to steer us off course. But that only cost, how many $1,000? So when I started this originally, this was about me not being perfect and being able to be free anyway. And in front of people. And I got a couple messages that were like, in the process of learning to love yourself, or I hope you can love yourself, or something like that. And I don't think freedom has anything to do with loving yourself. Because I think that we all inherently love ourselves. Little kids, the first time they discover their belly, they're like, holy shit, I have a belly. Everybody have a belly. And they love it. They're like, my belly. Or, look at that, everyone. So they're excited about what's showing up. And that's the gimmicks and the logos and the memes and the bleh that is just everywhere. Love yourself. Just love you. Find love in yourself. Love out loud. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So what this is about is, I know I've always loved myself. There's an inherent part of me that just loves myself. Everybody has that. Those are the moments when you think you did something cute, or you did something well, or even if you're laying there sick, you just have a moment of tenderness. Or no one walks around 24/7, even in their sleep, going, I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself. God, I hate myself, I'm disgusting, I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself. No one does that. That's not true. That's not a real thing. It's not a real thing. Not a real thing. So when people say you should learn to love yourself, well, they do. What they don't know how to do, and what 99.99% of us don't know how to do, is express that we love ourselves. And that's why I'm here doing this. Is I wanted to come from a honest, soulful, authentic way to just express the love I have in myself and for myself. And people talk like that's a good thing and that's what you ought to do. But if you do it and you're vocal about it, man, the torches come out. People get nasty. People get petty and bitter. And why? Because they don't think it's okay to express that they love themselves. It's such a weird dichotomy we have going on. We tell little kids, all I ever want is for you to love yourself and be happy. but I'm not going to tell you how to do it, except be successful, make money, and find someone to love you. And don't get too big. But if you get too small, well, that's a thing too. I mean, it just goes on and on. There's these rules, but there's no expression. And how many of us have been raised by people that could show you how they loved themselves? They were just trying to survive. It's all about survival. You know, if you walked up to people and genuinely just said, you know what, I love me. I even like me. You would get, that's narcissistic. Yeah, we all know you love yourself. Loving yourself is inappropriate. Or an awkward pause or an eye roll, and they would walk away. And especially if it seemed genuine, because they wouldn't even know what to do with it, because who says that? But why aren't we saying that? And when I talked about bullying and all that stuff the other day, it's because people don't feel free. You think terrorist feels free? No, he's joined a group. He's bought into a mindset. And even if he wanted to get out, how could he do it and be happy and thrive? When I left the religion I was raised in, I actually got letters from people saying, how are you happy? I don't get it. Because when you're in a tribe and you have agreement, then you're allowed to have happiness in that environment. Same with the family. If you take off on your own and you just live from your soul and you're super happy, a couple people might be happy, but the people that don't know how to express their own love for themselves, they're going to be pissed. And they're going to talk about you. And they're going to go, oh, there she goes again. There he goes again. Always off on their little things, their tangents, their, you know how this will go. Well, maybe all the other times they were just trying to find an expression. But maybe when they truly hit it, maybe the naysayers will settle down. I think the mind starts to settle down. I think the mind starts to be like on a long trip where it's like, hey, you can take the wheel for a little while. I'm tired. Because it starts to see that you're not trying to bullshit people. You're not trying to lie to yourself. You just are starting to express love. So if my kids could authentically tell people, I love me, and the other people are like, hey, you know what? I love me too. And I even love you. Who knew? It's when we say, it's when we see that other people are loving themselves, even if they show an extraordinary talent, or it doesn't matter, they're drawing a pretty picture, and you don't feel like you're able to express love or haven't found that place or a safe place to do it, even though you've got to be your own safe place, you'll say, that drawing's stupid. That's why little kids say that. It's because they want to feel loved, but they don't know how to express it from themselves and find what it is that is an expression of love for them. Maybe they can't draw, but maybe they can, take some sticks and glue them together, and it doesn't matter. It just is an outpouring of that expression. And you're, again, the only one that has to clap for you, but we're not taught that way. The second you do a somersault when you're a kid and someone claps, game over for the rest of your life until you start clapping for yourself. Why? Because as soon as the kid does the somersault and you saw that someone saw, what do? They do it again and they look around. And if they don't get anyone to clap, then they start making noise about it. Like a kid that jumps off the diving board, and they're like, every time they jump, like, hey, Mom! They need the witness to it. They can't just enjoy the simple moment of jumping. If you don't look at them, they get pissed, and they go crazy. So it's this two places where you've got to learn to clap for yourself, but we've got to start talking out loud that we love ourselves and express ourselves so that other people can do it too. Because then they'll cheer for you. I've had people go, oh my gosh, now I want to start doing this. I watched that and I'm excited. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, if you'll do that, I'll do that. And it becomes this big cycle. So if I can walk up to people and say, I love you and I love me, it's not a vain thing. It's not pride. It's the what so of everything. It's the truth. And we all hide the truth and bury the truth, and we become bullies. And it's not little kids that are just bullies. Adults are the biggest bullies on the planet. And because we don't get caught, we think it's okay. And all those people are doing is they don't know how to take what's inside them and feel it and then just love themselves. As in, I love myself and here's the expression of that. So they will take down anybody that looks like they're enjoying something and they'll make fun of them. I've been guilty of it. Ugh. And can I apologize for it? Yeah. I often say I often offend, but I'm damn quick to amend. I don't like feeling that. I don't like hurting people. I don't like hurting myself, but if I don't express the love I have in myself for myself, by being authentic, by being vulnerable, and for clapping for myself, I will hurt people in the weirdest little ways. A dirty look, a side glance, not responding when they ask a question, being flippant or sarcastic, not interacting with what's really going on with them, shutting them down, gossiping about them. It goes on and on. And all it's doing is reinforcing that I'm not allowed to love myself. And I love myself. And you can say that too. Even if it's just in the mirror to start, and it'll feel weird and uncomfortable. It won't even feel real. Say it anyway. Say it anyway.